Welcome viewers to the Saturday, April 26th edition of 284 News. I am Jacques Wooding, bringing you our top stories from this week. Thank you so much for joining us. The government will begin a phased-in process of unveiling the new minimum wage on July 1st. In a first in a series of the government's programs last week called Virgin Islands Voice, Premier Dr. The Honorable Natalia Wheatley said the proposed $8.50 an hour will not begin immediately. According to the Premier, they will begin first with $7.25 an hour in July.
As it pertains to the minimum wage, we have prepared a cabinet paper to implement a $7.25 minimum wage by July 1st. This is a phased approach to the minimum wage, considering the fact that, of course, we have lots of pressures as it pertains to tariffs. We don't want to put too much pressure on business owners all at the same time. So we decided to take a phased approach. So the goal is to implement a $7.25 minimum wage by July 1st. That is something that has to go to Cabinet. I'm not supposed to preempt Cabinet. But of course, I just let Parsons know, since it's something that, of course, has been on people's minds for quite some time, that we will be taking a paper to Cabinet, and of course, Cabinet will have to decide whether Cabinet wants to approve that decision or not. However, we recognize that Parsons are having a difficult time because of inflation. Inflation is nothing that we can control, of course. We're heavily reliant on import. So when the price of fuel goes up, the price of shipping goes up, the price of different products goes up, so as we see with the tariffs being announced on many countries that export into the United States, and we get most of what we consume from Miami through like Tropical and Crowley and different shipping companies like that. The prices go up, we feel the impact here. So we are taking measures to help to mitigate the impacts. One of the measures is to be able to provide better salaries for our people. So the minimum wage going up is important to help those who are most vulnerable.
Premier Wheatley made it clear that before the minimum wage is increased to its full rate of $8.50, certain mechanisms must first be in place, including having the proposed basket of goods initiative and matters relating to consumer protection.
Honorable Lorna Smith is not here, but that's the area that she's leading. We're going to have the Consumer Protection Act come back to the House of Assembly very soon to make some adjustments to it so we can get the consumer protection going. We're also working on the basket of goods concept, and that should, at some point this year, we'll be able to implement a basket of goods with basically regulated prices.
Meanwhile, Education Minister Sherry DeCastro has given an explanation as to why the work is taking so long to rebuild the Althea Scatlith Primary School, which was demolished over 2 years ago. This concern was raised by talk show host Kishma Penn during the Speak Out BVI program. Penn called on the minister to give an explanation as to why construction work on the new school has not begun and why the process is being held up. This is what Penn said during the program.
I was reminded by two gentlemen before the show started tonight, having a conversation, that the general populace is very upset at the closing and tearing down, the demolition of two schools with what seems like no immediate plan to build them back. School number 1, Isabella Morris, and then school number 2, Althea Scatlith. And I am on the fence with Althea Scatlith, but neither here nor there. To me being on the fence, I'm just delivering, as I always say, I use my voice to be the conduit for people to get their concerns out there. People that want to know what's going on with Althea Scatlith and Education Minister. We We whipping you. They just want to know what's going on with the school, especially since they get teared down with a thought that construction was going to happen for a new school within less than a year, and that school got now a good little while, and people kind of, they're a little peed. People like the mighty scat lift. They would like to see the mighty scat lift again.
And speaking on the government's first radio program, Virgin Islands Voice, last week, Education Minister Sherry DeCastro said they are getting to the end of the design phase of the project and construction will begin this year.
I'm hoping that we'll be able to give a very detailed response soon, but in keeping with our last response, given our engagement with Unite BVI, who is our partner in pursuit of the rebuild of the Altair Scatliff Primary School, we do have an MOU. There is a process in place. The design phase, we're seeking to get to the end of that phase so that we can move forward and get things going and ultimately get to the construction phase. But costings and approvals are being finalized, and very soon I am hopeful that we will be able to come to the public with the design and ultimately move towards construction later sometime this year. I want to reassure the public that the Altair Scatliff Primary School will remain in its location. I know that we have gotten some concerns recently regarding the location, but rest assured, the school will be rebuilt in its location. And of course, by far, the edifice that will be built will really speak to a reimagined education system, which we speak about moving full steam ahead.
In other news, roadworks throughout the territory would be bumped up by the second and third quarters of the year. This as Minister for Communications and Works, the Honorable CARIFTA, announced that a lot of work is going on behind the scenes regarding the $100 million loan. During the first in the series of Virgin Islands Voice programs by the government last week, Minister CARIFTA, who was away from the territory at the time, phoned into the program and stated that they are currently addressing the road infrastructure, starting with main roads.
We started from Trellis Bay. We're heading throughout the territory. This includes Just Van Dyke, Anegada, and also Virgin Gorda. But you would see that we have the asphalt team. They're out working. They're doing some resurfacing. But that is just the one aspect of the road infrastructure. We also have quite a bit of tenders out there, and I know the Premier was quite gracious during the budget process. We were able to get some funding, and this derived from the $100 million loan. So we're doing a comprehensive development of the territory, the roads, and we're out there, like I mentioned today. We're even doing asphalt paving today. So you would see that the Paraquita Bay to the Hodges Creek Road, that is moving nicely. I mean, we had some delays, but we are now progressing. I think we have another paving coming up in the next week where we'll be doing another road closure. And those works are approximately about 65% complete. And the next phase would start on the 19th of April. A lot of is happening behind the scenes with the funds from the loan that I just mentioned, and a sizable chunk is for the road infrastructure, and I'm quite happy about that.
CARIFTA said further that as the year turned and the budget funds become available, they engaged the teams at the Ministry and Public Works Department to do a comprehensive upgrade of the roads.
We'll see some areas like Woodboard to McNamara, that junction. We'll see the McNamara to the Whalen Road. We'll also do Porter Road, Russell Hill Road, Havers, Coxey, Johnson Gut, Nottingham Estate. We have some work in Upper Parentong. We'll be doing Lambert Road, Georges Hollow, Sabot Hill, Anegada, and I mentioned Just Van Dyke and also Virgin Gorda. We also submitted, and I just want the public to know that, yes, we have the funds, and we just can't assign a company to go and do the roads. We have to get the engineering done. We have to go and do our assessment. We also have to, some of the projects would have to go through cabinet and go through that process. But what we have done is do engineering, design, and also supervision of the works. So the engineer would also work with whoever the company is to make sure that the road works are being carried out. And that actually takes some time. So I would say we will see a lot more happening maybe in the second to the third quarter of this year based on all the areas that I've highlighted.
And viewers of that, we take a quick word from our sponsors. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Some claim that the age of a true gentleman is far behind us, but we disagree. He may appear in different guises today, but the values and ideals that make him a gent still stand. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman by yours truly, Ron Grant, presents Season 7. Introducing Travi Rose, Creative Director. Alex Lake, Businessman. Sean Black, Cinematographer. Dakari Wheatley Adams, Content Creator. Donandre Millwood, Educator and Musician. Hashim Dream, Entertainer. James Todman Sr., Contractor. Dr. Albert Tompkins, Psychotherapist. Walter Barrett, Author. Rakim Todman, Producer and Engineer. Kamal Letson, Photographer. Roosevelt Smith III, Sales Manager and Hospitality Professional. Leland Abraham, IT Technician and Cybersecurity Analyst. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, Season 7, every Wednesday at 8 p.m., exclusively on 284 Media. Get ready to reason, reflect, and redefine yourself through the stories of real-life heroes. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, Season 7, Raising a Generation of Greatness. Voted Top 35 Gentleman Podcast Worldwide by FeedSpot and BI Icon Award winner.
Just give me my service. Yeah. Just give me my service. Just give me my service.
Make the switch to CCT and get connected today. Unlimited talk, text, and data. Visit any CCT store or call us at 444-4444. CCT, Life Unlimited.
Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. The British Virgin Islands came together this week to celebrate athletes returning from the 52nd edition of the CARIFTA Games held in Trinidad and Tobago. The official welcome home celebration at the Terence B. Lettsome International Airport attracted many well-wishers. Hosted by the Ministry of Education, Youth Affairs and Sports, the event was an opportunity for the public to express their pride in the athletes' performances at the prestigious regional competition. This year's CARIFTA Games saw Team BVI shine in various track and field events, representing the territory with determination and skill. Here's how things went down.
Today, we celebrate the remarkable achievements of our athletes who have represented the British Virgin Islands with pride and excellence at the CARIFTA Games in Trinidad. It is an honor to welcome each and every one of you home. I would like to extend congratulations to our athletes for their hard work, dedication, unwavering spirit. Your commitment to your sport and your determination to excel have not only brought home medals and personal bests, but have also inspired a nation. The joy and pride you have instilled in all of us cannot be overstated. To your coaches, families, and supporters, thank you for your relentless encouragement and belief in our athletes. Your support have been instrumental in their journey, and today we celebrate not just victories, but unity and strength of our community. As I stand here today, know that you are role models for the youth of the BVI. Your achievements are a testament to what can be accomplished with perseverance and teamwork. We look forward to seeing you continue to shine, not just in sports, but in your overall endeavors. Let us celebrate this moment together, and as we welcome our champions home, once again, congratulations to the Team BVI. Thank you.
Your accomplishment is well established, well appreciated. You made us all proud. And I'm going to try to keep with the protocol to keep my the ceremony short. I'm just going to say welcome home. Thanks for great achievements, not only in track and field. I see you have a drum corps, chess. The British Virgin Islands are moving forward and we're moving in the right direction. Thank you very much, everyone.
I just want to say that we are so grateful for another successful CARIFTA Games. It's CARIFTA 52. BVI took 30 athletes strong. 27 of them are here with you today. 3 have returned to the United States where they are currently going to school. And we're really grateful that we could be here. Our association strides on really doing the things that we can to push development and growth in the area of track and field. And the CARIFTA Games is one of those premier events that allows us to do just that. It is the premier track and field event of the Caribbean, but if you ask the world will say it is the premier junior event of the world. The region brings out the greatest, the brightest, those that you're going to see on those Olympic and world stages moving on. And so we expect that amongst this group will be those who will also be on the world stage and that Olympic stage in time to come.
So this was my second ever official tournament. And to say that I've been part of the first regional English-speaking tournament in the Caribbean, that's a big achievement. And there were over 123 different competitors from all over the region. And everybody brought their best. So Jamaica brought their best, Barbados brought their best, Trinidad, but everybody showed up. And participants range from ages 10 even up to 80. All different kind of people were playing. So for me, I went in with the mindset saying that I'm gonna do my best. And I did that. I got some results. Hopefully my goals were accomplished. And yeah, I look forward to going to more tournaments, pushing chess as a sport in the BVI.
It is a sport.
It
Come
is a
on.
sport.
You better talk it.
Yeah.
This is an intellectual sport. Let me tell you, and it's
correct.
very competitive. Jordan is.
All right, so today we come together not just to celebrate medals, but to celebrate moments of excellence, discipline, and national pride, all of which we can all attest to were on full display at CARIFTA 2025 in Trinidad. Of course, as stated, we had 30 athletes representing, and I want to say to each and every one of you, whether you got a personal best, whether you advanced to the final, or whether you made it to the podium, we are truly, truly proud of you. We know ultimately that by the results of CARIFTA, you prove that the BVI is not just showing up for showing up. We are here to compete, we are pushing, and we are ultimately rising ahead. As you know, athletes, in the world of athletics, every single performance is the result of years of unseen work. While many of us come and cheer you on in the stands, you know the early mornings, the late afternoons, the quiet moments of doubt, and the choice to keep on going in spite of all of that is why you are here today representing the Virgin Islands. I want to say to each and every one of you that once you put your foot on that track and you represented the Virgin Islands, we believed in you, but you showed us that we have to invest in you more, right? We have the athletes, we have the coaches, we have the officials. So there's so many levels to this, and we encourage persons to go ahead and support. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for welcoming home Team BVI. There's lots more work to do, but we will continue to do it.
The first thing I want to say is that you are extremely special, all of you. And I want to express my appreciation for you for putting that vigilante on your sleeve and putting it on your back and for representing these Virgin Islands. Don't take it for granted what your accomplishments mean to this growing nation. Sports, athletics, any endeavor where you represent the Virgin Islands helps to bring us all together. It unifies us for a single purpose. It unifies us in the advancement of our burgeoning nation. And it is extremely special. We appreciate what you have done and what you continue to do on behalf of all of us. And I have to say to you, it's touching, it's moving even to see how much it means to you to represent this territory. And I just want to say that the sky is the limit. Let us keep walking. Let us keep pushing. I'm committed to doing what I can. Of course, the minister is very persuasive and very determined. And of course, I'm committed to doing what we need to do to be able to advance. But it is a team effort. Let me just say that. All of us have to do our part, and we will get there. Let me just say to the BVI Chess Club, I would like to challenge probably the youngest one of you, whoever it is. If you have any 6-year-olds or 7-year-olds, I would like to challenge you to a game of chess. I love chess. Extremely proud of you. And again, to our CARIFTA athletes, to all you who had personal bests, who became record holders, and of course, Dre, Jekaila, who have won medals. We are extremely proud of you. God bless you. Keep up the good work.
And viewers, with that, we take a quick word from our sponsors. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of Pop the Balloon or Find the Connection. Let's meet our first contender, ladies. Okay, Joey, so do you have any toxic traits?
I'm very restrictive. I don't give more time. What you get is what you get. I don't like to give unlimited time. That's it.
Okay, can you tell us why you popped your balloon?
That's a little too restricted for me.
Thank you for coming. Okay, ladies, so let's meet our second contender.
Sorry, excuse me. Why did you pop a balloon? I could give you minutes, data, unlimited call, overseas call, fiber. What else you need?
My friend used to date you. You are scam. She used to pay for everything and more. Nothing to offer.
Okay, ladies, let's welcome our last contender. You look nice. Can you tell us your name?
Thank you. My name is Christian Charles Thomas. They call me C Sweetie.
What do you have to offer these ladies?
Well, security, trust, unlimited time, and I'm pretty fast.
Okay, so do you have any deal breakers?
Nah, but here's my number. 444-4444. Y tú, vida ilimitada.
Okay, guys, so no pop balloons.
For a fast, reliable, and secure connection for your personal or business life, call us at 444-4444 or visit any of our CCT stores and we'll get you connected with the perfect match for you.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. Excitement is building across the British Virgin Islands as the 2025 CARILEC LINEWORKERS RODEO Symposium and Field Safety Training is underway. This year's event promises to deliver a powerful blend of culture, competition, and community pride as line workers from across the Caribbean engage in a weekend of rigorous challenges showcasing their skill and dedication. Melanie James, BVIEC's Occupational Health and Safety Manager, gave a sneak peek into the opening of the symposium, which featured rich cultural celebration.
At the opening ceremony, it will be a grand affair. It is the first time that the CARILEC Rodeo Symposium will be held here in the BVI. Now, it wouldn't be the first time that CARILEC will be visiting our shores, but this is the first time in almost 11 years since they have been to the BVI. That means that we have the ability to showcase the best of the British Virgin Islands, and that is actually the coined term and theme for the opening ceremony for this CARILEC Rodeo Symposium. symposium and safety training. So at that opening ceremony, we would actually be showcasing things such as pan groups who will be giving us a musical interlude. We will be having cultural dancers, where we are in contact with the Ministry of Tourism, who will be actually putting on a display of the history of the BVI. So when we have persons who are registered and coming from across the Caribbean and Latin America as well, because we do have Surinamese and persons from Belize as well who are apparently registered to come, they would get to see how BVI has grown over the years. They get to see the rich culture of the British Virgin Islands. I think we are also going to have some other cultural aspects to it as well, but we would have some artifacts that will be present that persons can see. And we too at BVI Electricity would also be showcasing the transition and the growth of the British Virgin Islands Electricity Corporation. So you can look forward to a very great opening ceremony.
Dr. Neil Smith, General Manager of the BVI Electricity Corporation, also expressed his confidence in Team BVIEC as they aim for a third historic victory in the rodeo. BVIEC has been a dominant force in previous competitions, and this year the team is poised to make history on home soil.
We only practice for about maybe a week or 2 weeks, and some of those guys are practicing for months. So, you know, I would just encourage them to do their best. Because we're not just going to roll over for them. As a matter of fact, we might put more blows on them than we did before. But, you know, it's competition. And, you know, I would just encourage them to do their best, because ultimately they competing at their best and we competing at our best. Ultimately, it improves the service that we could deliver to the public. So that is what we're trying to do. And, you know, like I say, just once you win a champion, everybody is after you, right? So we understand that and we accept that. So it's for them to become a champion. BVIC has taken an approach that is a comprehensive approach. So we use this as an opportunity to showcase the BVI, not just the rodeo itself. So we have the opening ceremony at HLSCC, and we're going to, you know, give our visitors a view of what BVI is, right? A taste of the BVI, so to speak, where it might be, or maybe various eats, I don't know. There may be some cultural events, that type of stuff. But we're using this as an opportunity in partnership with the tourist board to sell the Virgin Islands, right? And to sell it in a way so that people can understand that if you come to the BVI, this is a unique experience. In addition to that, we also use it as an opportunity to showcase CARILEC and what it does in the region. And also, thirdly, we're taking it as an opportunity for the people of the BVI to get opportunity to see the BVI electricity in a slightly different light. You know, profit has no honor in their own country. And perhaps what many people in the Virgin Islands don't understand is that we are comparable, and obviously the rodeo which has been showing over the last 2 years, that we operate at a very high level, in a level that is higher than most of other sister utilities whose populations is several magnitudes more than us.
In other news, our team recently had the pleasure of welcoming a group from YEP to explore our studio and learn some new skills. Our excited visitors filed this report.
Visiting 284 Media Studio. We arrived 10 o'clock at the 284 Media Studio in Rotown, and we're eager to take on the day ahead.
Our class was split into 3 groups: reporting, editing, and camera work. We, the reporter groups, were led by Jacka Wood. During the session, we learned about camera work, how to use cameras, and other daily activities that take place in the newsroom. We also got the opportunity to use these skills in our very own interviews.
We first spoke with our classmates in the editing about their experience. What is one thing that you learned that you would actually like to pursue as a career since you've been here in the studio?
I will make do the cameras and things.
Alright.
Between reporting, camera work, and editing, which activity did you find most enjoyable?
Editing.
Why?
Because I love to record, I love to edit, and I love to see people on the news.
if you had to get a job here, would you take the offer?
Yes.
The interviews allowed us to learn about the studio processes, even though we were in a different room. We also spoke with the control group who learned about the different controls in the room. We finally stepped out to the mic to give this report, the final step before handing over our report to be edited. We then said goodbye to our friends at 284 Media and set off to our adventure.
And that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com, like us on Facebook at 284media, and 284BVI on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter. I'm Jacko Wooding, and I'll see you again next week, so have yourself a safe and enjoyable weekend. Goodbye.